Get out some gems. Get out some gems. We're gonna leave out some great Palm Beach in the building. What's going on? Started in just a few. Philly? Atlanta, Philly is on it. Philly, see, I'm coming in the building right now. I'm on it. They gonna let Philly, Atlanta win.
Yeah, Philly represent.
We would get started in just a few more seconds, guys. Listen, if you got your pen and pad out, be ready to take some notes. If you don't have a pen and pad, I'm gonna need you to learn how to screenshot ASAP on your phones or wherever you're tuning in from. Because you're gonna have some great information coming through the screen tonight.
To the money.
St. Louis in the building. What's going on?
Get to the money.
Welcome. How you doing? Good evening. Thank you for joining. Find that chat button and let us know where you're tuning in from. Rep your city, rep your state, rep your town. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this evening. South Florida in the building. Okay. But if you just joined, find that chat button below and drop your city and state and let me know where you repping and where you tuning in from.
You about to get started.
And guys, it is 7:03.
You about to get started.
So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I see Michigan in the building. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Like I said, get your pen and paper out because you're about to receive some good gems tonight. And if you don't have a pen and paper, please learn how to take screenshots right now. You got about 5 seconds because I'm about to take off. So guys, thank you very much for joining us tonight. We definitely appreciate you guys coming on because I know some of you guys probably just got off work because it's 7 p.m. and it's time to grind. So with that being said, before I move myself out the way, I want to let you know a little bit about myself. I'm from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, at the age of 33. Guys, just like y'all, I needed some help with my credit, or in that case, I wanted to get some money. So I joined the same thing that you guys joined, which is this presentation right here. So with that being said, I was going through it, guys, going through a divorce. I needed a car, didn't have it because my credit score was a 432. So I said, how can I really help myself? So I was introduced to all these services, not by this lovely lady by the name of Kenyatta Watkins. And Kenyatta Watkins Jones, let me say that because she will get on me. But by the name of, Kenyatta Watkins Jones. And she introduced me to these lovely services. And guys, my first 23 days I got started, I received 22 student loans removed from off my credit profile and 1 credit card. And my score went up 90 points within 23 days of starting these services, guys. As you can see, I continue these services and my score continue to rise and elevate because this is the #1 company that's out here helping thousands and thousands of people improve their credit so they can do anything they want to. If they want to walk into a car lot and sign and drive and walk out, they can do that. If they want to go ahead and become a homeowner, this is the place. This is what you need, and this is what you're going to get. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to move myself out the way, and I'm going to bring on this boss lady straight out Philly. She loves helping people, guys. I'm trying to clear everything off my screen. She loves helping people. She's definitely a lovely mother. She goes hard for hers, and she definitely grinds and get it how she needs to and get it out the mud, guys. And she show people how to do the same thing. But she's going to introduce herself, and she's going to lead you guys to the lake. And the only thing you got to do is drink when she's done leading you to the lake. So with that being said, Tyra, are you in the building? Can you hear me clearly?
I'm here. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. That's right. We're going to take y'all to the water. We're going to pull y'all in it. But guess what? It's up to y'all to drink. Okay. Hey, everybody. Let me make sure. Can y'all see me? Let's just make sure y'all can see me. Y'all see I got my bridge back here and everything. Okay, cool. Y'all can see me. Cool. So I'm introducing myself to y'all. My name is Tyra Jacqueline, and I hail from the great and wonderful city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the home of tasty cakes and cheesesteaks. Mr. Willie, we got some things in common, just to let you know, okay? So once again, my name is Tyra Jacqueline, aka the Credilator. Yes, 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 yes. Let me tell you a little bit about my background. I have backgrounds in real estate and insurance and social services, guys. For years, I worked with children, adjudicated adults in the drug and alcohol population here in my great city of Philadelphia. So I've been helping people for a very long time. People of all populations, size, races, and all that good stuff. Been around a little bit in this city. Okay, I worked in a lot of schools as well here in the public Philadelphia school system, and I also was employed for a decade for y'all favorite three letters of the federal government. Y'all gonna get that now, y'all gonna get that later, okay? Y'all think about it. Y'all know what I'm talking about come April 15th. But let me tell y'all a little bit about myself and how I got to this phenomenal information that y'all are going to see tonight. Well, do me a favor. For first and foremost, I'm a very energetic person. If y'all haven't realized that yet, and I love energy. I thrive on energy. And what I need y'all to do is interact with me. Okay. So it's going to be times I'm going to say, hey, throw something in the chat. Okay. So do me a favor. Throw something in the chat, right? If y'all can hear me, y'all can hear my voice right now. Throw something in the chat. Okay. Throw me a one in the chat, right? Okay, cool. So how many of you guys here have ever been married? Mr. Willie just said he was married. How many of you ever been in a relationship? You know, a situationship, a entanglement. Y'all know, y'all remember that from last year, right? Okay, yeah, so that was me. So I'm telling y'all how I got to this information because God won't do things for you certain ways, and it's for you to get through, and that's going to take you to greatness. I need y'all to understand that. So I was married, like Mr. Willie, just like Mr. Willie was, right? And my husband and we decided to do some extracurricular financial activity things together, right? So unfortunately, like relationships do, sometimes they dissolved, and that's what happened. But the decision we made was for me to put those things in my name and my social security number only. And I did it like a good little wife, right? And that was to keep his name and his social clear. So he needed to do what he needed to do business wise. Okay. Like I said, I was a good little wife and I did that, right? Okay. So unfortunately, when the relationship dissolved, as we all know, bills are residual. Your bills going to keep on coming regardless, no matter if you pay them or not. And so just like Mr. Willie just said, I am a mother as well. I have a household to maintain. So, of course, I need to make the decision. Well, was I going to keep paying for this extracurricular stuff? Or was I going to keep food in the fridge? Or am I going to keep the lights on? You know, was I going to keep paying to live in my house? Yes, of course, I'm going to make the responsible decision to keep living in the house, right? So, as we know, bills keep coming no matter if you pay them or not. What happened? I started seeing getting late payments, got charge off, collection accounts. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all know what I'm talking about, do me a favor, throw a two in the chat if y'all know what I'm talking about. So one day scrolling on social media, like many of you here, I saw a post that said, well, we can get negative items off your credit report. We can get collections and child support, evictions, late payments. So I thought to myself, well, wait a minute. I got some of those things on my credit report. Let me see what they talking about. So I went to a webinar, a Zoom just like this, and I saw the same information. And it made perfect sense. So, of course, it made logical, perfect sense. So I got started. So getting into the program, a couple of months down the line, I started seeing some of those late payments and things come off my credit report. Then I started seeing some collections come off my credit report a few more months down the line. All in all, my credit score went up over 100 points. And if y'all can see this right here, I believe some of you can. I'm holding it up to the actual camera. This right here say 720 plus because I'm in what we call the 720 plus club, meaning my credit score is over 720. Let me ask y'all a question. How many of you here would like to have a 720 plus credit score today, next week, next month, next year, so you can handle your business? Throw me a 3 in the chat if you want a 720 plus credit score. Okay, and my biggest win to date, I got an $11,000 collection taken off my credit report. That was 1 with 3 zeros, 11,000, my biggest win yet to date. So let me introduce y'all to this phenomenal information. Guys, we are United Credit Education Services. Key word is education. Let me give you a little history about the company. We've been around for almost 20 years. We have products designed to service you and your families across all the countries and all the states in the country and the U.S. territories. We are a completely debt-free company. The company does not owe anybody, no bankruptcy, none of that kind of stuff. And we want to teach you how to be debt-free. So we practice what we preach. How are we going to tell you to be debt-free if we're not debt-free? And we have award-winning customer service and a phenomenal dedicated management team. So did y'all know there is an actual calculation? I told y'all coming to get some of this credit sauce tonight, okay? That's not all y'all getting. Did y'all know that there is a calculation based on how your credit score is actually calculated? Yes, and if you can master this, you ahead of the game. So let me tell y'all a little bit about it. The biggest chunk of your credit score is 35%, which is the payment history. 24 months is the most important. Then 30% is the credit utilization. But let me dispel a rumor right now for y'all. A lot of people think, let me keep my credit cards at 30% and then I'm okay. That is 100% incorrect. So let me spell it out for you for simple math. Let's say, for example, you have 2 credit cards and each of them have a $500 limit. So 5 and 5 is 1,000, right? I think y'all would agree with me for that. So your actual balances of all your credit cards should be no more than 30% compared to the limits of all your credit cards, which means those 2 $500 credit card limits should not have a balance no more of $150, because 150 and 150 is 300, and y'all will all agree that 300 is 30% of 1,000, correct? I think y'all would agree with that, okay? And that's what it should be. No more than 30% for across all the cards, okay? Rule of thumb, keep your credit cards under 10%. Because think about it. If you got 2 credit cards and they're both at 30%, meaning they're both at 300, when you add those together, that's 60%. Okay? Adding 30 and 30 together, right? 60%, which is way over, which will actually bring your credit score down. So rule of thumb, keep your credit cards under 10%. Next is the length of credit history, which is 15%. Guys, old credit is good credit. Keep that old credit going. Do not close out your old credit cards. Do not put them under your mattress. Don't cut them up. Don't call the company and say, hey, I don't want these no more. Shut them down. Nope. Guess what? You're going to lose 15% of your credit score, and it's going to make your score go down. Okay. The next one is inquiry. So anytime you apply for anything and they're doing what's called a hard inquiry or a hard pull, is going to show up on your credit report. Rule of thumb, keep those inquiries under 5. You don't want to look desperate for credit, because that's what happens anytime you apply for a lot of things at one time. It's gonna be a whole bunch of inquiries, and lenders don't like to see that because you look thirsty. Okay, you don't want to look credit thirsty. Okay, and the last 10% is what we call revolving accounts versus installment accounts. That is the mix of credit. So installment accounts are payments that you make that are fixed and they don't change. These are your car notes, your mortgages, personal loans, things of that nature. Revolving credit is your credit cards, because your credit cards is going to be at least the minimum and whatever else you pay. So that payment can change each month. And it's also called revolving because you're going to actually use it, pay it down, use it. It's basically a revolving door. Okay. Do me a favor. If y'all just learned something, throw a 4 in the chat for me. Throw a 4 in the chat for me, guys. Okay. All right. Let's go on with some more fire. Now, did y'all know 1.4 identity theft claims were made in 2020? Listen, telling y'all something personal, being transparent for y'all real quick. I was a victim of identity theft about a good 12 or 13 years ago, something like that. And at the time, I was living in Miami, Florida. Now, the fraud was actually going on in my hometown in Philly. Somebody was opening up all types of accounts in my name. And at that time, I was in my 20s. I was being irresponsible and I was not monitoring my credit. So what happened is I was receiving collection letters for accounts I knew nothing about. So of course I called them up and I said, "Hey, I don't know anything about these things. These are not my accounts." And basically they laughed at me, y'all. So, but they did laugh because I'm sure they hear that every day. But they did tell me exactly what I needed to do to get the actual accounts off. I had to file a police report in Miami. I had to fly to Philly, file another police report because that's where the fraud was happening. I had to file complaints with the Federal Trade Commission. I had to file complaints with all of the credit bureaus. Guys, it took me a lot of times and a lot of money. Why? Because I was being irresponsible, not monitoring my credit. Plus, I didn't have these services. But guess what? That's not going to be a problem for you here tonight, okay? So $14.6 trillion of household debt in this country. 64% of Americans had less than $10,000 in their retirement accounts. We talking about the people. If y'all wonder why y'all go to Walmart and the grocery store and y'all seeing people as old as your grandparents or your parents and they in there bagging groceries, or they sweeping floors, it's because they can't retire, guys. You don't want that to be you. 60% of Americans lack a will or estate. Okay, and in just one decade, student loan debt jumped 150%. Guys, we are currently about at $1.4 trillion of student loan debt, which actually exceeds credit card debt in this country. Okay, and 1 in 4, that's only 25%. 1 in 4 Americans have a credit score of 650 or less, guys. Okay, so let me give y'all some illustrations here about what bad and good credit actually will look like for you. So we talking about two different people, one with bad credit, one with good credit, and they purchased the same house for $240,000. So as you see, the person with bad credit is paying more than 2 times than the person with good credit. The interest rate is over 3 times than the person with the good credit. The person with the bad credit is paying for more than twice than the person with good credit is paying. Do y'all see these numbers? Let me give y'all another example. Since y'all like buying cars, let's talk about these cars. The person with bad credit has an interest rate of 26%. That is 4 times more than 4 times more than the person with the good credit. The person with the bad credit is paying $212 more than the person with the good credit. The person with the bad credit is paying interest because that's how they make their money off of us, guys. The person with the bad credit is paying more than 12, almost $13,000 difference, guys. If y'all don't see what these two illustrations are saying, bad credit is expensive. Okay, good credit is cheap. Let's take a look at these right here. The person with bad credit is paying more than $56,000 a year than the person with good credit, because these are common household expenses: your mortgage, your credit cards, personal loans, auto loans, student loans. The person with the bad credit, more than $56,000 more a year. Listen, we got people in this country that don't even make that a year. Yet the person with the bad credit is paying that much more. Okay. So guys, let me introduce y'all to the #1 proven protection plan. And yes, it's called a protection plan because we have intricate services that are put together to actually help you protect, restore, and build not just your credit, but your finances. Guys, I need y'all to understand that we are the biggest financial literacy company in this country, guys. We don't do just credit repair. We are about financial literacy. So if I have someone on this line today, which I'm pretty sure I do, that they are looking to purchase a home, or if I have a real estate or a mortgage person on the line right now, we all know, or if y'all don't know, y'all gonna learn today that there's 3 things that you need to do when it comes to your finances. You need to budget, you need to save, and you probably need to pay down debt. And guess what? We got 3 tools to help you do that: the budgeting tool, the savings tool, and a debt pay down tool. Now, our flagship product is credit restoration. As y'all see, where basically we go through the legal dispute process ran by our credit attorneys. Period. We are allowed as consumers to legally dispute anything negative on our credit reports that was given by the Fair Credit Reporting Act back in the 70s, guys. We also have a financial library of documentation called the Credit Builder, which is going to help you along with your dispute process. We also have a credit monitoring system. Like I said, guys, there was a time I was being irresponsible and not monitoring my credit. Guys, don't make that mistake. Don't make that same mistake, okay? Then we have Rocket Lawyer, which you will see that you have access to also another library of legal documentation as well. And because you are a member with us, you get free consultations with a lawyer. In the event that you do need to retain an attorney, you'll get a discount because you are a member with us. Then we have a financial lockbox, which is actually a cloud-based virtual safety deposit bot. Listen, if 3 o'clock in the morning comes and your house catch on fire or it floods or something like that, are you going to be thinking to yourself, let me go ahead in these drawers and get these birth certificates? No, you're going to be thinking, let me get my babies out the house. But guess what? With the financial lockbox, you have all that information, because anything that you have on paper that's important can be scanned into this virtual iCloud system. Then we have identity theft monitoring. We also have a net worth calculator. Listen, y'all, stop Googling what these celebrities are worth and worry about what you are worth. Guess what? You have a net worth. We all have a net worth. And if you are actually using these systems and these tools properly, your net worth should be increasing. Then we have a will and trust and power of attorney. If y'all notice, it's a whole bunch of dollar signs because those things are very, very expensive. And listen, I speak with people that actually say, I don't have anything worth protecting. Wait a minute. First and foremost, I'm sure just about everybody on here are parents. And our children our most precious assets? Yes. I want to see yes in that chat because our children are our most precious assets. Please understand, maybe not in all states, but in many states in this country, if you had your children out of wedlock, the custody of those children belong to your state and not to you. Did y'all know that? Yeah, unless you actually went down to the State Department and got the custody. So anything that's precious to you, I don't care what it is, put it in that will. And guess what? You need that trust. Because some people got a will, they don't have a trust. Wills are what we call contestable. Somebody can still come after what's in those wills. So the trust actually will protect what's in those wills, okay? And then we also have attached to this what's called a durable financial and medical power of attorney. Any event that you pass or you're too sick or in a coma where you cannot make decisions for yourself, it needs to be legally written down. If not, guess who's going to decide what's going to happen with your body? The hospital. Guess who's going to decide what's going to happen with your children? The government. Those minor children, the government. And you don't want them making decisions for you. I for darn sure don't want nobody making decisions for me but me. And then we have the YFL Family Mint, which is actually our youth scholarship program, and I'm gonna come back to that. So you might be thinking to yourself, like, wait a minute, this stuff look expensive because there's a whole lot of stuff that come with that. Nope. Guess what? Less than what you spending at Starbucks every day for less than $3 a day is a $179 down payment, and then $89 per month. So coming back to our youth financial literacy program, guys. So we are a financial literacy program, but what I need y'all to understand is that we actually don't just educate adults, we also educate the babies. Yes, and by babies, I do mean we go into the schools to teach. And then we also have a scholarship program. As you see, over 2.2 million has been donated year after year. Last year, we watched a young lady get a $30,000 check. Listen, I needed this program when I was in college, but hey, like I said, I didn't know anything about this company. Now you don't have the excuse because now you know everything about this company, okay? All right, so what I love most about this plan is the fact that you don't have to be an actual customer to actually be able to apply to this scholarship. No, anybody in this country, a high school senior or college freshman, can actually apply for this program. So as I stated, with Allstate, that's who we get our identity theft monitoring through. You know, you're in good hands with Allstate, okay? And also with the Rocket Lawyer services. Listen, I had Rocket Lawyer before, and it is $40 a month. Now, once you're with us and month 4 actually kicks in, then you are able to get the Rocket Lawyer services already included and for free. Do me a favor, y'all. Throw some fireballs in the chat for Rocket Lawyer and Allstate and these marvelous services that you actually have access to. But listen, guys, now y'all saw how much it is per month and how much it is to join. But if you like me, you like that word free, right? If it's free, it's from me. Free 99. I'm all over it, huh? Let me tell y'all how y'all can get y'all services for free. This is what you're going to do. Now, somebody invited you out to this call tonight, right? Somebody invited you. You once you get started on these services, you're gonna tell everybody that you know about, Mr. Willie, right? You're gonna tell everybody you know about Tyra because they connected me to these marvelous services, helping me get my finances and my credit right. So you're gonna tell everybody you know, your friends, your neighbors, your cousin, your aunties, your uncles, your grandparents, your co-workers. And if 5 people get started on the services, guess what? Your next month service fee is actually waived, guys. So who would like to get free services? If you want free services, you need to connect them. Okay. All right, guys. So this is what people are saying about our program that took charge of their financial futures, right? They said the will and trust is amazing. It's an affordable cost. With the education on the credit cards, I qualified to build my credit in 6 months. I love the identity theft monitoring service, guys. I love this product because it taught me how to get out of debt. The value that it gives us is services that everybody needs everywhere. And somebody else said, I love the credit monitoring and the credit restoration services. Now, guys, I love to show y'all this pic because this is a couple that was actually on our services. They followed the system. They did what their agent told them to do. And what happened? They was able to buy their beautiful home and their cars. And I'm saying, guys, this could be you. Don't think that good credit is not within your reach because it is. Please understand, bad credit, once you get into bad credit, it can be difficult to get out, but it's possible that can happen. Bad credit is a cycle. You're in a perpetual cycle of bad credit. But guess what? You can solve that and get out of it. Your life is so much more expensive when it comes to having bad credit. And you getting on these services now is an investment in yourself and your family to have better credit later. So, guys, that is the end of my piece. What I'm going to do is hand it back to Mr. Willie, our lovely host, and he's going to pass the ball once again. Guys, listen, what y'all going to learn now is how to get to that BAG, that bag. All right? So don't go anywhere. Stay tight. Mr. Willie, passing it back to you.
Hey, nah. What's going on, man? Like I told you, she was going to lead y'all to the lake. So what I want y'all to do, since she overflew, I want y'all to hold y'all cups out and get all the water y'all need.
That water.
But before y'all do that, I want y'all to pour it on yourself because we on fire right now. We are really on fire right now. So I'm going to need y'all to stop, drop, and roll and put that fire out just a little bit. But before we actually put ourselves all the way out, guys, like she said, we have this lovely lady coming in here. She's also a mother. She know how to get the bag. She got, I don't know how many streams of income. So if you want to know how to get the bag, listen, she finna lead y'all to the bank. Not the lake. She finna lead y'all to the bank. So with that being said, Miss Lisa Scott, a.k.a. the Biz Counselor, are you in the building?
I am here. Can you hear me, Willie?
I do. Take it away.
Listen, you are doing such a fantastic job. I love it when the men come in. You know, we got that extra special energy that comes in and hosting. I love it. Thank you for doing such a phenomenal job. And Miss Tyra, as usual, just hitting it out the park. You did such a phenomenal job of breaking down our services. It is 7:29, so I am going to go ahead and get started. Happy Thursday. So like Willie said, my name is Lisa Lavison, a.k.a. Lisa Sky, the Biz Counselor. I'm going to tell you how the AKAs came out. Because people be like, how you have a stage name? Listen, everybody needs to get a stage name. Go find your stage name. If somebody will put you on the stage, how they're going to introduce you, right? I want you guys to think about that, right? So go ahead and give Tyra some flames in the chat while I get into the second half of this presentation. She did such a phenomenal job. Like I said, Lisa Lavison, aka Lisa Scott, the Biz Counselor. I am from New York.
Baby, I don't know this stuff.
Came from a great family. My parents are immigrants. You know, they knew nothing of my credit, so of course they couldn't pass any of that to me. But what they did pass to me is that entrepreneurial spirit. We had that. My parents had multiple businesses growing up. They made millions of dollars. I lived a great childhood. Went to private school. Moved to the state of Florida, which I now reside. Every once in a while, I wanna fly back home, but you know, we'll talk about that another time. But I came here, went to college, went to law school, graduated, passed the bar, got married, had 2 kids. Living the dream, right?